Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Daniel, aka Daniela, and wanted to make a video talking about this segregated housing at the California State University out there in LA. Now, a lot of people are upset about this. There's a lot of criticism about this, about these black students who want separate living quarters for about 1,000 black students. I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Me personally, I think it's utterly ridiculous. The reason why I say that is because, me personally, I believe in segregation. Black people did better in segregation than we did, assimilated, or as they call, integration. We did much better. When you look at the 1960s, all the way to the late 1800s, black people in so many periods during that time, we did much better than we did now. We were more innovative. 90% of us owned our own land, or 90% of the families owned their own land, their own businesses, their own schools, their own homes. Now less than 20% of black people own homes, land, and all that, their own businesses and stuff, which is sad. So I believe in solidarity. I believe that's the only solution for blacks to build up their community, to build up our community, and to have a strong community. Because, like I said, when you look at the 1960s and back, we did much better. But the reason why I think this is absolutely ridiculous is because if these students are really pro-black, it's like, why are you going up into the white man's space, demanding for space up in a white man's space? Instead of spending your money at these state-owned universities, which are usually funded by a bunch of white millionaires, and also these private schools that are funded by white millionaires, why won't you take your money and go to HBCU? There are hundreds of HBCUs here in this country. I'm sure there's some over in California. There's a lot of them on the East Coast. If you are really pro-black, I believe that your ass would be there. Seriously. If you are this hardcore that you're demanding space in a white man's space, why don't you go to a space that's already made for you? That was made for our ancestors. That was made for us. Why don't you go to HBCU instead of going up in a white man's space and wanting to be around him and then demanding your own space? That just doesn't make any sense to me. There's a lot of HBCUs that are going under and are opening doors to a bunch of non-blacks simply because they're not being funded and they're not being supported enough for them to keep their doors open to only black students. So it's like, if you're that pro-black and you care about your people that much, go to a fucking HBCU, support black teachers over at those HBCUs, go and support those black schools. It's that simple. So that's why I think this is ridiculous, because you're up in a white man's space demanding your own space up in a white man's space. And you're a pro-black. See, that's the ass backward thinking that a lot of black people have today. A lot of black people have that fucking backwards thinking. If you're really that diehard and you're that pro-black, why are you spending your money at a fucking white school when you can go and spend your money and get the same education or greater education at HBCU or some other type of black college? But that just shows you the mentality of these people. They rather run and spend their money at these white colleges instead of a historically black college or university. So that's why I think it's ridiculous. That's my opinion. To me, they just seem like they're perpetuating that stereotype of black people being complainers and whiners. Because going to HBCU solves that fucking problem, period. It really does. Instead of just running to a white college and then demanding these racist white supremacists to be pro-black, or to allow you to be pro-black up under their wing. That's just stupid. It really is. It really is. But if you're really so pro-black, like I said, go to HBCU, because they are suffering. A lot of these colleges are closing down because they're not being funded. They're not being supported by the black community. I can tell you, when I have kids and my kids want to go to college, I put money on it. I'm going to be pressing for them to go to HBCU. because I'm pro-black. But like I said before, I believe in solidarity. I believe in segregation for black people, but this is just ridiculous. It really is. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Talk to you later.